Welcome to my world. Handicapped man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, "Hey, you want some shoes?" I said, "Yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well." And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. Downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Race friends, they're back together again. Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, it's Scratch with a K. And live from Las Vegas, it's Alan Michaels. Right here, right now, on the flagship station, the WCOBM TV network. It's on Pit Road Racing.
Here we are, everybody. Good afternoon. Top of the hour, 4 o'clock on a Monday. Edition of On Pit Road Racing live at the WCOBM network here in Las Vegas, located downtown Fremont Streets, where we do it each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's a good weekend out there. It's a little cool here in Las Vegas. And, of course, this weekend, the NHRA returns back to Las Vegas. We'll talk all about that coming up in the show today. We've got the results from NASCAR from you. World of Outlaws out there, man. And let's see, not too much going on in IndyCar. F1, well, it's Max V again. So, I mean, you know, that story just keeps rolling on and rolling on and rolling on. Live here in Las Vegas, myself, and in Daytona Beach, Florida, home of the world's center of speed, man, is my good friend, Scratch with a K. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good evening to you, sir. Where it's a beautiful 75 degrees here. I hate to just keep rubbing that in, but every time you say it's in the 50s there, it's in the 70s here, and I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I'll leave the comments since children watch the program. Young folks watch the program. I'll leave the comment out of again this week. Yeah, it's supposed to get really nice here this weekend for NHRA. It's supposed to be beautiful. Back up in the 80s here. So I think we're getting ready. I just have a feeling that this long winter we've had is going to mean one cooking of a summer. That's just how I've just got a feeling it's coming, man.
Yeah, it gets warm. It definitely gets warm there in Vegas. But I'll tell you though, I like the weather in Vegas during the summer better than I do the summers here in Florida. The humidity. I never knew what that meant until I moved to Vegas, when people were like, "Oh, the humidity's here terrible." I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then I moved out to Vegas, and that dry heat is actually, to me, more comfortable. It's I always say that it's in Vegas, you cook from the outside in, and in Florida you cook from the inside out.
Yeah,
it feels
that's
like
you're about right. I mean, I spent some time down there, Orlando, Bradenton, Sarasota, St. Augustine. You know, you never know. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Beautiful town. It was a great town. WSOS Radio. I did 3 years there. Good station. Oldie Goldies, man. I had a good time at that place.
Right
Hey, on Pit Road Racing brought to you WCOBM Studios, downtown Las Vegas, 450 Fremont Street, each and every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 4 p.m. for you. Streaming right off the network to all of our Facebook channels, Twitter, Instagram, X, Twitter, LinkedIn. There's so many of them out there. Just search On Pit Road Racing. You'll find it. We do appreciate you liking the channels and definitely keeping the show up. On Pit Road Racing show partners, the Gene Woods Racing Experience, GoKartsLasVegas.com, man. Great track. Come on down, 12,000 square foot of indoor drifting fun. Woods Family Sandwiches at WFSandwiches.com, and official caterers are here on Pit Road Racing. The Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, hotshoehof.com, our brand new, the 5th annual event, going to be coming up in January of 2025. We should have a date on that coming up pretty soon. If you want more information, log on to hotshoehof.com. Las Vegas Motor Speedway at LVMS.com. Of course, this weekend, the NHRA returns 4-wide racing, the first of 2 here as we get ready to go. Us and Charlotte will host it up just about a week or 2 difference in part. We host it first, and then it goes to Charlotte, and you get tickets at that at LVMS.com or NHRA.com. So get out there and join that. Atlanta Motorsports Park, man, AtlantaMotorsports.com. You get down towards the Atlanta, Dawsonville area, man. Definitely ring up Jeremy Porter and those guys down there. Go take a ride on some of their go-karts and drifting cars and things that they got. And Hammer and Aries, 450 Fremont Street, man. Go over there and get some good food. Fun times, and always a free shot at ketchup for you, Scratch.
Yeah, man, I love that. Maybe I could meet you in Dawsonville. Yeah, it was Dawsonville where you said they had that go-kart track?
Yeah, man, that's a Jeremy Porter. That's a Atlanta, right? They say right across the streets, Bill Elliott, Bad Bill Elliott's his shop is, where all the old Bill Elliott stuff is. And apparently there's a landing strip there too. So I guess he flies his planes and stuff out of there. And of course, I'm sure Chase is running around there somewhere, man,
Dang, man, we got to meet up over there sometime. You know how awesome it would be to beat you on that track right across from Bill Elliott's place?
That's all right. You just keep rubbing it in, man. Just keep rubbing it in. Hey, let's get it rolling. Race and weather brought to you by our good friends at the Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific Suite 106. Right there on the Las Vegas Henderson line. More information, give them a shout at WFSandwiches.com. Scratch, they're heading down to big Texas town. What's the weather looking like for NASCAR this weekend?
Yes, they are, man. They're going to Texas this weekend, where Friday it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 74 and a low of 52 on Friday. Saturday, you're looking at sunny skies, high of 79, low of 57. And Sunday, it will be sunny with an 80-degree temperature and a low of 63. They're having weather like we are here in beautiful Daytona, Florida. What's the weather like out there in Las Vegas for the NHRA? Partly cloudy skies. I'll tell you. It's partly cloudy skies. High of 80 and a low of 59. Saturday is partly cloudy skies. High of 81 and a low of 59. See, you guys aren't doing too bad in the high category. Sunny on Sunday with 80 degrees and a low of 58. And Indy cars are off this week.
Yeah, that's right. And F1 takes a weekend off. So we've got racing with NASCAR and racing with the NHRA. That's it, man. Hey, race and weather brought to you by our good friends at Woods Family Sandwiches, 931 American Pacific Suite 106, right there on the Las Vegas Henderson area. You got it, man. Hey, around the track, man. Let's do it. F1 heads to China. That's coming up for you on April 19th through the 21st. Then F1 gets back here in Las Vegas for the Formula One Heineken Silver Las Vegas Grand Prix coming up in November. Tickets are on sale, F1.com. Scratch, talk to us about the NHRA, my friend.
Well, yeah, you mentioned it, NHRA, and the 4-wide racing is returning out to you guys April 12th through the 14th at the Strip. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tickets at lvms.com or nhra.com. That's that 4-wide drag racing.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's something else, man. When they put the top fuelers and the funny cars up there, 11,000 horsepower. When they click that switch, man, it's a rumble. It's a rumble, man. I'm telling you.
Awesome, man.
IndyCar's off until the 19th through the 21st. They go out to Scratch Love's Long Beach area, and they're going to have the Acura Grand Prix at Long Beach April 19th through the 20th. So they'll get back in action, and you got the latest on the World of Outlaws, my friend.
Yeah, that's nice out there. The World of Outlaws, NASA Energy, April 12th, Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. April 13th, also at the Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Alan, what do you got?
Case Construction Series got a triple header weekend coming up. Scratch April 11th, 12th, and 13th at Farm City Raceway. Log on to WOA.com for all the broadcast and general information schedules. And NASCAR gets back into action with you, Scratch.
Yeah, the ARCA Series General Tire 200 Talladega. You want some information on that? Go to arcaracing.com. The trucks are in action. The SpeedyCash.com 250 Texas Motor Speedway, Friday, April 12th, 8:30 p.m. We got Xfinity Series action. Andy's Frozen Custard 300. That's at Texas Motor Speedway, Saturday, April 13th at 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, the Cup gets back into the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 Texas Motor Speedway, Sunday, April 13th at 3:30 p.m. So you got that FS1, PRN, and Sirius XM Radio will take good care of all the callers. The trucks will be on MRN, okay? You got it? Looking good?
Yeah, man. You guys are getting NASCAR back at the South Point 400, Friday, October 18th through Sunday, October 20th. 2024. That's always a good time out there at Las Vegas too. So
yeah, great day. It's always a cool thing because they do a big warm up. Last year they had, and this year they've been doing bringing back some of the greatest. Rusty Wallace was here last year. This year it's going to be Kenny Schrader. Mark Martin led it off 2 years ago. And they always have a big blackjack game or something out at the South Point. Go out there and have a beer with Michael Gahn and the Budweiser. They bring the Clydesdales in. It's really a cool event. And this year they're tipping the helmets and saluting one of the greatest racers, both stock car, dirt car, asphalt, on the dirt, whatever. Kenny Schrader will be the special guest this year. So we'll be looking forward to seeing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I like Kenny Schrader, man. He's a good time. He's hung out at the Tiki Bar.
Has he really?
He has. He is one of the people that has hung out with us at the Tiki Bar.
Hey, we'll take a quick break. We come back and we'll keep it rolling for you. Motorcycle news and the latest from F1. Scratch and Allen doing it for you. Von Pit Road Racing, WCOBM. We'll be back right after this, everybody.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
About 13 minutes after the hour here on the Monday afternoon. Alan in Las Vegas, scratching the game, hanging it down there in Daytona Beach, Florida, and on Pit Road Racing live here at the WCOBM. I'm glad to have each and every one of you aboard. Thanks for liking the pages and everything else, and we do it right out here for you. Hey, let's catch it and moving it on. The segment of motorcycle news and information brought to you by our good friends at the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and the motorcycle industry icons past and present. If you're looking for more information, in fact, you can see it scrolling right across the screen right there. Log on to the World Wide Web at hotshoehof.com. Well, Scratch, man, they're going to be heading up to the place that Tom Brady built, and we're rolling down at the end of Supercross, AMA Supercross, and you've got the latest updated on the points and where they're heading next, my friend.
That is correct. The Monster Energy AMA Supercross Racing, April 13th, Gillette Stadium. Like you said, the house that Tom Brady built. Foxborough, Massachusetts, points leader in the 450 SX class with 5 races left in the 2024 season. Sees Jet Lawrence, 244 points at the top of the list, followed by Cooper Webb, 236 points. Third place is Chase Sexton. Fourth, Eli Tomac. 5 is Ken Rosin. In the 250 SX class, here's a look at your top 5 heading into the next round. Levi Kitchen, 156 points. RJ Hampshire is 141 points. He's in second. Third would be Jordan Smith with 130 points. Garrett Marchbanks, he is fourth. And rounding out the top 5 there is Joe Shimoda. He is in fifth. He has 116 points.
Just got the latest from the world of Speedway motorcycle racing for you. April 13th, Costa Mesa Speedway, the classic, the Jack Milne Cup. Costa Mesa Speedway is back and celebrating 54 years of fast, colorful, unpredictable racing. Saturday night, April 13th, they're proud to present the Spring Classic, the Jack Milne Cup, featuring professional speedway motorcycle racing, insane two-man sidecar teams, 150cc juniors. Over 50 races will run over a 2-hour period at the Costa Mesa Speedway. The Bullring Oval puts everyone right up on top of the action. Gates open up at 6 p.m. with a rockin' live band. Happy hour from 6 to 7. The big show blast off at 7:30 sharp. You can join them with hassle-free at the Orange County Fairgrounds and Expo Center. For more information, just log on to CostaMesaSpeedway.net for more information. We'll see you at the race. Want to remind you, too, Paris is openers April 20th. Attention to all Paris Speedway riders. The 2024 Paris Speedway Riders License and Mechanics Forms are up and ready to go. Entry for the April 20th opens soon. So for more information, you want to get yourself figured out and get it logged on there to Kern County, okay? You can also get pre-registered at Costa Mesa's event on April 13th as the industry fires up on June 1st. Let's see, May 10th is coming up at Fast Fridays for you. May 11th and May 18th, they're back at Costa Mesa. Industry Hills opens up on May 25th. And another big event rolling down June 15th at Costa Mesa Speedway. Scratch the latest from Progressive America Flat Track, my friend.
Yeah, the Progressive America Flat Track. They are up next at Mission, Texas, Half Mile, Texas Motor Speedway, Fort Worth, Texas, Saturday, April 27th at 7 p.m. The top 5 in the points for the Super Twins Flat Track Series. Dallas Daniels is 64 points. He is in your lead. Brandon Robinson, 61 points, so he's not too far behind there in second. Jared Mees is in a third. Brandon Price is fourth, and rounding out the top 5 there is Briar Ballman.
Yeah, you got it, man. Segment brought to you by the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, celebrating and preserving the memories of great motorcycle racers and the motorcycle industry icons past and present. Once again, you can see it across the ticker at the bottom of the screen, or you can just go ahead and log on. World Wide Web, hotshoehof.com. 5th annual event is coming up, Scratch, in January. We're just waiting to find out about how the Meacham Motorcycle Auction is going to roll this year, because they run, and then our event follows them right after that. So we'll have to see. But the 5th year, and I'm telling you, there's some, for the lifetime achievement, there's some good ones. Bruce Penhall could be in this. Greg Hancock, maybe, man. I'm telling you, there's some great speedway racers. I don't know. I think Gene and the board of directors are going to have a tough time this year for that one. That's for sure. But it's all coming up, and we'll keep you updated. I know Gene was out in California this weekend at a big speedway event out there somewhere, pre-thing. I think he was with the Trailblazers group, but he was out there. And then I've been to Costa Mesa, man. I'm going to tell you, that's some wild-ass racing down there, Scratch. I'm telling you, it is like, take our bull ring here and put dirt on it. All right? Put dirt on it. There you go. And no bank corner either. Just a flat track, buddy.
Yeah. Well,
Methyl alcohol fuel, bro.
that sounds fun. That sounds like something I'd love to go watch.
Yeah, man, you got to check it out. Hey, you want to do some F1 news?
Yeah.
You want to do some F1? Okay.
Oh, yeah. This I do. Do you? Do you want to do some F1 news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, good, because this segment is brought to you by our partners at the Atlanta Motorsports Park. For more information, phone 678-381-8527. AtlantaMotorsportsPark.com is where you can go find them on the web. Atlanta Motorsports Park. It is the country club of motorsports, Alan.
Well, you know, man, I had a nice article all written about this, you know, and it's pretty much, I thought it was pretty cool how the guys at F1 all said, you know, Max Verstappen had taken a week off of retirement. They came out of retirement. So it's pretty much, that's just what it is, man. I mean, he's just still dominating both the Red Bull team. Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, 1-2 right there. Charles Leclerc from Ferrari and Lando Norris from McLaren round up your top 4 there for you. Scratch, you got the latest, and these are the latest point standings. Tell them all about it, my friend.
Yeah, well, Max Verstappen, he's first, and Sergio Perez is second. Just kind of like the race yesterday, huh? Charles Leclerc, he is third. Carlos Sainz is fourth.
I watched about, I'm going to be honest, about 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And like, okay.
It's funny because I caught a little bit of it too. I mean, it seems like the Red Bulls I don't know. The little bit I got to watch of it yesterday and not following F1 that much, although those F1 cars are cool. They are really cool.
I'm
not against them, but I'm saying it does look like there's just a team that's dominant, and that's that. Kind of like NASCAR, which we'll talk about that later. But that's.
It's just unbelievable what these guys are. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. It's like when I see that. I mean, I had that nice story, and I was like, why even worry about the story? It's Max V again. It's Max V again. It's Max V again. On. It's like that broken record that just keeps going on and on and on. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So it's Max V again, man. It's Max V and Red Bull again. Hey, let's take us a quick break.
1 and 2.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Ferrari, McLaren, somebody out there, do something. Do something. For God's sakes, do something.
Somebody.
I mean, even if you got to cheat.
Which,
I'm not saying,
in racing, but anyway.
For God's sakes, do something.
Do something.
Anyhow, let's take a break. When we come back, it's the World of Outlaws and the NHRA. And my buddy John Force, man, the 16-time champion, pulled off another win. We'll talk about it right after this. On Pit Road Racing continues right here at the WCOBM. Alan and Scratch for you, back right after this.
Jerry B here up in Sacramento, Union Gospel Mission, giving out some shoes to the homeless here. A lot of smiling faces. We got one deal. We give you a pair of shoes. You got to give us a smirk and a photo. And this is the mission of the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame, which is a non-profit organization based out of Las Vegas, started by Gene Woods. We're trying to do good things and fill little holes in people's lives the best we can. And today we're up in Sacramento, just doing the best we can. Thanks for supporting us.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Looking good out there. That's my buddy Chris Martin at Scratch. He's from Canada.
Oh yeah,
he's that kid. Yeah, he's that kid I told you about, man. That he's has a hearing problem, and they have these implant things put in, and he's got a control unit in his helmet, man, that he can like dial in sounds, dial out sounds. He can shut us off, turn us on. I mean, it's really pretty cool, man. And this guy's doing real well. I'm real happy.
I remember you telling me about that, because I remember mentioning I wish I had something I could turn sounds off sometimes.
I just thought it was pretty cool that he did a big national campaign for Kia. And, awesome. and that was a commercial that he did. I like throwing that one in every now and then. He's a good guy. Yeah. Chris Martin out of Canada right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, man. Go ahead.
We got racing news from the dirt. This says it brought to you by Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street, Las Vegas' only true indoor drift track. For more information, you can call 702-270-8100 or go to www.gokartslasvegas.com. Spell karts with a K, just like you do scratch with a K.
There you go, man. The Nas Energy Drink Series World of Outlaws Wildcat Showdown. Well, Scratch, a little luck never hurts, especially in sprint car racing. Sheldon Haudenschild appeared to be poised for a third straight US 36 Raceway victory on Friday night. He had taken the early lead and sliced through plenty of traffic to lead the opening 20 circuits, but an accident with a lap car left him in a spun in between turn 1 and 2, and ended his hope for a three-peat at the 3/8 mile. The biggest beneficiary somebody with household trouble was David Gravel, the Watertown, Connecticut native, had clawed his way from 4th to 2nd in the Big Game Motorsports number 2 when the spun happened, and it was all him. Gravel taking it up there and checking it out. It was Gravel, Donnie Schultz, and Michael Colford, James McFadden, and Tyler Courtney, your top 5. And Scratch, they moved it on because it was back-to-back racing for the World of Outlaws.
Yeah, man. NOS Energy World of Outlaws, Jason Johnson Classic with truly the greatest show on dirt. The Rock and Roll Dirt Racing would put on a show that packed the house and was ready to race. The white flag flew, and Gravel drove the Big Game Motorsports number 2 to Hotchild's outside in turns 1 and 2, nearly nosed ahead of Hotchild's, powered ahead slightly down the back straightaway. Gravel threw on the last Hail Mary in turn 3 and 4 and briefly pulled alongside again, but Hotchild's speed on the corner exit was too strong as he sped away with the checkered flag. Gravel was good in spirits despite coming off and being just short in back-to-back victories after topping Friday's visit to US 36, the Watertown, Connecticut native. Has caught fire, and 4 consecutive top 2 finishes in his points lead has ballooned to 40 markers. Gravel, though, he might be able to drive for the win on the final lap, but couldn't quite find the speed needed. The top 5 was Sheldon Hotchild. He won $20,000. David Gravel finished 2nd, coming up short on his back-to-back wins. Giovanni Scalzi was 3rd. Logan Schuchart was 4th, and Carson Masato was 5th. The point standings after 81 Speedway, you got Giovanni Scelzi is in 1st, David Gravel is in 2nd, Donnie Schatz is in 3rd, Logan Schuchart is in 4th, and Carson Masato is in 5th.
You know, the Case World of Outlaws Case Construction Series and Equipment Late Models is returning back to the home state for the Illini 100. That's going to be at Farm City Raceway. Talked about that. It's going to be a triple header, Scratch. That's going to be 3 nights of racing for the modifieds, man. I mean, back to back to back, man. So, I mean, there's going to be some great stuff there. Points leader Brandon Shepard holds it on with Chris Madden, Cade Dillard, Tyler Brunning, and Nick Hoffman are your top 5 rounding it out. That so once again, they're back to the dirt with the Outlaw Case Construction Equipment Late Models, man. A triple header night, man. That's something else. That's going to be some great racing there, Scratch.
Yeah, that sounds like some great racing. And racing news from the dirt. This segment has been brought to you by my favorite go-kart track, Gene Woods Racing Experience, 450 Fremont Street in Las Vegas, the only true indoor drift track. Get more information at 702-270-8100. And when you call them, you can go, hey, I heard Scratch won there. I think I can too. You can also get more information at gokartslasvegas.com.
Oh, that's just too good. All right, take us in. He did such a great job with that one. Take us into the NHRA, my friend.
I'm busy laughing about the last thing I said. This segment brought to you by our friends at Hammered Harry's Resort, 450 Fremont Street, open daily 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. www.hammeredharrys.com/Fremont Street. Great food, fun times, and they always have a shot of ketchup. Alan, what do you got about the Winter Nationals, buddy?
Yeah, they do. They always got a free shot of ketchup for everybody. They'll fill you up with that stuff over there, man. Hey, you know, they wrapped it up, Arizona Nationals this past weekend, but they had to, because of all the weather, and they had to get wrapped up for the Winter Nationals. It was Justin Ashley collecting his 3rd straight Winter National title, using a big-time hole shot to get out on the mission Too Fast for Tasty winner Tony Schumacher to score the win. And here we go, a 3.80 to a 3.72 to deny Schumacher his triple win this weekend. Ashley's 12th career win in the class. And then I've been talking, man, the last 2 weeks, John Force, that's right, the bad man, the 75-year-old funny car man himself, John Force, wins the Winter Nationals his 8th time. He didn't even finish nearly 2 weeks later in Phoenix. Force collected his sports-leading 156 career win. He did it at a 4.03 to a 4.04 against Matt Hagan, who was the defending series champion. The win was the first for Force since nearly 2 years, since winning back in Charlotte in 2022. And, you know, when it comes down to the Winter Nationals, man, he's 4-0 against Hagan there, man. He's beat him 4 out of 4 times. And you know what? Before we get into wrapping up the Arizona Nationals, and we'll, is that Erica Enders, just real quickly, Erica Enders could not could not hold off Greg Anderson in the pro stock division. But anyhow, he was out here for NASCAR weekend. Scratch, John Force, we did an interview. It's on our Facebook channel. 75 years old, man. He just says, well, I'm going to keep running for 3 more years. And they asked him why. And he goes, because I just signed a contract extension with Peak Antifreeze and Peak Products to keep me racing for 3 years. But the point that I got to is I asked him about 4-wide racing. Did he like it or didn't like it? And it was pretty cool because he goes, well, when I decided to tear that track up over there, I was over there, Brute Smith. I got a shovel. And he goes, I knew that track was going to be fast. And you know what? If you go back and look at John Force on 4-wide, he does very well there. He does well here, and he does well in Charlotte. What do you think, man?
Well, I mean, I guess there's a difference between 4-wide and 2-wide racing. You got a car, if depending on where you're at, you got a car on each side for one thing. Hey, man, it's because I don't know, but it seems to me that you even that you're more focused on going straight than you are what's going on around you. It seems like you would be. And again, this is not from any knowledge. This is just my my thoughts on it. It seems like that if I was dragging, I'd be more. I mean, I don't know. It kind of be hard not to try to see what the guy's doing next to you that you're racing with. I guess you want to know if he's a little bit ahead of you or whatever. But I guess I would think the focus on winning. You just focus on going straight and doing what you have to do inside these cars. So I don't know how much of a difference really there is between 4-wide and 2-wide, but numbers don't lie. So if he does, if he's fairly good on a 4-wide track, I would imagine he's going to stay that way.
He does well there. He does well there. I mean, that's for sure. Hey, you got to wrap up of the winners from the Arizona Nationals.
Yeah, your top fuel winner was Sean Langdon. Your funny car winner was Austin Prock. Pro stock winner Greg Anderson. Pro stock motorcycles are off this week. And this segment brought to you by our friends at Hammered Harry's Resort. 450 Fremont Street, open daily, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's great food, fun times, and you always get a free shot of ketchup.
You certainly do. We'll take our last break here for you. When you come back, we'll talk NASCAR stock car racing because the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cups were all action in Martinsville this past weekend. Scratch and I'll do it right after this on Pit Road Racing continues. WCOB, a Monday edition. We're back right after this, everybody.
Come on! What the That is awesome.
Welcome to my world. Handicap man down at a charity feed. Great spread this morning. God, it was horrible. But it made what I needed to happen. Then I had these people that stopped and said, hey, you want some shoes? I said, yeah, I was going to need to get some anyway. So might as well. And if it really comes to fruition, help them buy more shoes so that we can help more people. I'm not but you know what I mean. Hell, might as well. There's nothing wrong with helping someone.
Are you ready for the wildest ride on Fremont Street? The Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience. 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171 on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Open 7 days a week, noon until midnight. Strap yourself in, pull your safety belts tight, and feel the power and the speed at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, downtown Las Vegas, Fremont Street, 450 Fremont Street, suite number 171, right on the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. What are you waiting for? Log on, get your tickets now. It's time to go racing at the Gene Woods Racing Indoor Go-Kart Track Experience, 450 Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas.
Glad you're there, looking good. We'd be racing all weekend long. In fact, I'll be up front door the next couple of days. So if you're here in Las Vegas, come on down to 450 Fremont Street. I'll be up saying hi and hello and checking everybody in here at the Gene Woods Racing Experience for a Monday and a Tuesday. So come on down, say hey to us, man. Actually, I'll tell you what, if you come in, you saw us on the program, and I'm sitting there, ask me for a $5 coupon off, and I'll take $5 off your racing. How about that? Pretty cool, huh?
That's a good deal right there.
That's good. Hey, let's do it. NASCAR Talking, man. This segment brought to you by our good friends at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, LVMS.com. South Point 400 weekend coming up for you. Friday, October 18th through Sunday, October 20th. And ARCA Series Racing is back at the Bull Ring. We'll have Xfinity and the Cup Series at the Big Mile Track. Man, make sure you see all your favorite drivers during the 2024 Fall NASCAR weekend here in Las Vegas, man. It's going to be playoff time for both series for the Xfinity and the Cup, so come on down. Scratch, you got the latest from the trucks in Martinsville, my friend.
Yeah, man. Kristen Eckes dominated to win the Long John Silver's 200 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race at Martinsville Speedway Friday night. The win was his second in the season, first at Martinsville, and the seventh truck race of his career. Pole sitter Ty Majeski, he finished second, followed by Chase Purdy, Nick Sanchez, Tyler Ankrum, Taylor Gray, Rajah Caruth, Sammy Smith. It's probably just one Sammy. Sammy Smith, Caden Honeycutt, and Corey Heim in the top 10. There were 5 lead changes among 3 drivers, 11 cautions for 81 yellow flag laps. The average speed of the race was 55.908 miles an hour. The trucks series standings as of right now: Ty Majeski is in first, Corey Heim second, Tyler Ankrum third, Kristen Eckes is fourth, Taylor Gray is fifth, Nicholas Sanchez is sixth, Rajah Caruth is seventh, Matt Crafton is eighth, Grant Emfinger is ninth, and Ben Rhodes is now 10th.
Old timer Matt Crafton still hanging in there, man. He's still beating and banging that truck. I like to watch old Matt run, man. He's a pretty cool guy. Real laid back guy, too. I mean, as far as when you interview him, he's just sort of kicked back and he give you a good, you ask him a question, he gives you a good answer and everything else. We just sort of a kickback guy, you know what I mean? Hey, yeah. Xfinity news for you. Eric Almirola won the Xfinity Series race at Martinsville Speedway Saturday night. The first win of the year, and it was his first Martinsville and his 5th career Xfinity win. Sam Mayer finished up in second, followed by Chandler Smith, Carson Quavel, Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed, Cole Custer, Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, and Josh Williams round out your top 10 for you. There were 15 lead changes among 8 drivers, 11 cautions for 68 yellow flag laps. There was a 10-minute red flag for the track cleanup following the accident on lap 72. There were 15 lead changes among 8 drivers, 8 cautions, like we said, and the average speed of the race, 61.984 miles an hour around the paperclip. And looking for the point standings right now, it says Chandler Smith up on top, 302 with 2 wins. Cole Custer sits up in second. Austin Hill right now sits in third. He's got 2 wins. Jesse Love has moved up in a 4th spot. He's 76 points back. Justin Allgaier for Junior Motorsports right there sits back at 5th. He's 79 back. Stewart Haas racer Riley Herbst in the Xfinity Series. He sits back 206. He's 96 back out of the shot. Parker Klingerman, A.J. Allmendinger, Sammy Smith, Sheldon Creed, and Anthony Alfredo, along with SVG, makes the top 12 scratch. He sits back at 155 points, 117 points back. And you got the latest from the Cup, my friend.
That's right. William Byron won the Cookout 400 NASCAR Cup Series race at Martinsville. The win is his 3rd win of the year, 2nd at Martinsville, and a 13th career win. Kyle Larson finished 2nd, followed by Chase Elliott, making it a 1-2-3 on Hendrick's 40th anniversary of his first win there. Bubba Wallace finished 4th, Ryan Blaney 5th, Joey Logano 6th, Tyler Reddick 7th, Alex Bowman 8th, Ryan Priest 9th, Chase Briscoe rounded out the top 10. Stage 1 was won by Kyle Larson. Stage 2 was won by Denny Hamlin. There were 13 lead changes among 8 drivers and 5 cautions for 51 yellow flag laps. The average speed of that race was 76.096 miles an hour. Once post-race inspection was over, the out 400 at NASCAR. There was no issues at all. William Byron is the official winner, and no cars will be returning to the R&D Center this week. Scratch. That's me. Cup Series playoff standings after Martinsville, race 8 of 26 of the regular season. William Byron is the leader of the points. Denny Hamlin, second. Kyle Larson, third. Christopher Bell, fourth. Daniel Suarez is fifth. Your points leader now is Kyle Larson with 1 win and up in third, by the way. Just Truex Jr. is sixth. Ryan Blaney is seventh. Chase Elliott is 8th. Ty Gibbs is 9th. Ross Chastain is 10th. Tyler Reddick is 11th. Alex Bowman is 12th. Ellis is 93 points out in 13th. Chris Buescher is 14th. Joey Logano is 15th. And last but not least in the playoff standings, your boy, Kyle Busch. He has 120 points out of first place in a 16th spot.
Kyle just having a need. They just can't get that. They can't get that Chevrolet to roll right this year. I don't know. Hey, this update brought to you by our good friends at South Point. It's Las Vegas Motor Speedway South Point 400 weekend is coming up Friday, April 18th through Sunday, April 20th. ARCA Series is back at the Bull Ring. And of course, at the big track, we'll have NASCAR Xfinity and NASCAR Cup Series racing. It is playoff time. Tickets and all the information you need to know about camping and everything else at lvms.com. All right. I don't know if you caught this or not. I got this off the wire this morning. You know, they've been trying to get racing back at Nashville, right?
Okay.
You know that. They've been trying to get the Nashville Speedway in the fairgrounds and everything, but I don't know, man. I don't know if you caught this, but negotiations continue to bring effort to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Says that this came out this morning. Scratch said Mayor Freddie O'Connell built much of last year's bid for a higher office on the back of the opposition to plan for the city to help fund the construction of the new stadium for the Tennessee Titans that's on city land that's over on the banks of the Cumberland River. Well, at the same time, perhaps it seems obvious there would be some opposition going around about this in the owned land that's owned by the city that owns the fairgrounds and bringing NASCAR racing back. Well, John Cooper departed for the mayor's office, which this guy was the guy that was really pushing for this and was really trying to work things out with SMI and everybody else to redo this. So it looks like right now the NASCAR is still trying to work a deal out with the current new mayor. But there's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of impositions going up about this. The big thing about this was, I don't know if you knew this, that years ago, right after they shut down the track and everything else, on the other side of it, basically the backstretch of it, they put a bunch of high-priced, multi-million-dollar homes and condominium places. I believe the golf course is in there. So now the big thing of it is you got to sort of think about these people that are paying so much money for these homes, private gated communities, twice a year down the backstretch, don't want to hear this. So that's where it's at. Go ahead. Thoughts?
Yeah, I got a thought. Get over it. That's my thought, because I mean, we hear that here. I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't have houses right up against Daytona right here, but we hear it all the time here. And you know what? We love it. We love it. You hear the cars going around the track. I mean, I can hear it from here, and I'm in, Ponce Inlet. But yeah, that's the thing around here. But, we're Daytona. I guess we're a little different, but, I don't know. I can understand that, though. I can understand people, but at the same time, they knew where they were buying their place. You can't really. It's hard to complain when you bought a condo that backs up to the backstretch of Nashville.
Well, I think what the residents are upset about is when they bought those condos and they built those houses back there in that gated, exclusive community or whatever it might be, that they didn't expect that NASCAR or the racetrack would ever open up. I think they sort of figured out, well, the fairgrounds is the fairgrounds. Okay. It comes in for a week or so and it's out of here. And that's pretty much it. But now you guys want to bring stock car racing back here. And it's just not NASCAR's looking at it. IndyCar's also looked at maybe making a trip there. So those people, I guess if you spent 4, 5, 10 million, whatever the price may be, I don't know. But if you spent that much money, do you want all that racket there? I mean, I sort of get it. I guess
it's the fairgrounds too, though. You're at the fairgrounds. What's noisier than the fair? I mean, I understand race cars are loud, but I'm saying the fair. That's pretty loud.
Yeah, depending. Yeah. I mean, you go to a local fair. I mean, just a local hometown fair. I'm not talking about in a big city and local. I mean, the kids are screaming. I mean, the rides and everything else, and everybody's everybody's going nuts. They're playing the games on the midway.
As soon as you mentioned the fair, I hear a bunch of people screaming on a ride. You know what I mean? Like that's the first sound I think of. So, it's hard to say really. Gated community people are a different type of people, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're a little different type of people.
Yeah, I did that gated community thing one time. It didn't work too well.
I was gonna say
it just didn't work too well. I mean, I didn't get thrown out or anything like that. It just didn't work. I mean, just wasn't my thing.
Wait, so what's your thought on Hendricks finishing 1, 2, 3 on the 40th anniversary of the of his first win? Because I mean,
I don't know. I wonder if he's sending any money out here to Las Vegas betting on all this stuff. Because if so, he's making a killing. I mean, take Hendrick for what Hendrick is. I mean, he's Chevrolet's number one guy. He is. Yep. He's going to get the best parts. He's going to get the best stuff. He's going to get everything, all the research, R&D. I mean, I guarantee you his everything that they test with, everything that they got it's top of the line. I mean,
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a sport hit the Cinderella story as often as NASCAR, though. I'm just saying, they hit that Cinderella story on the head almost. The greatest thing that could happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think that would have been overdoing it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, right. So.
But they hit the Cinderella story a lot. NASCAR does. I mean, you could go back to. I bet you if I sat down and wrote down conspiracy theories, and I'm not going to say it's a conspiracy or anything like that, but if I sat back and wrote, I could probably go back and make a list of things that, hey man, this would be great if this happened, and it actually did happen.
Right.
I could go all the way back to right now, just out of the top of my head, I could go all the way back to Richard Petty winning his 200th victory here in Daytona while Ronald Reagan was here. Okay, what's the most ideal thing that could have happened that day? That, and it did. Yeah. I'm just saying, there's a lot of that. I'll be honest with you, in NASCAR, as me being a fan and growing up as a fan and all that other stuff, and going, oh man, what a great story, and then realizing I've said it almost a lot, a lot.
Yeah.
I mentioned it a show or two ago, just because we were talking about something else, but Junior coming back and winning the 400 after after Dale Earnhardt passed away at the 500. Okay.
Right.
Now, on that day, what is the greatest thing that could have happened? We already know, because it did happen. Junior won. I'm just saying they are a Cinderella story, NASCAR, all the time, man. If you're looking for something awesome to happen, it does for whatever reason.
Take it back to 1990, man. Dale Earnhardt led the 500. I mean, it was all day long. I mean, you heard Eli Gold and Barney Hall, man. It's Earnhardt all day long. I mean, This was it. This was going to be the year that Earnhardt kicked the monkey off of his back. He had beat Daytona on every other event that he could race in Daytona. IROC racing, Busch Grand Nationals. There was no trucks back then. As far as that point, he was never in a truck, but he drove everything that you could possibly drive at Daytona, but could never win a pole, could win everything there, but could never win the 500 in that year in the 1990. It was Earnhardt all day long. And who clawed and wiggled his way all the way up to second place? Derek Cope in that number 10 Purelator car.
Yeah.
Just hung tight. I mean, I've asked him about this several times. I said, did you see the tire blow? Did you know? He goes, all I saw one little speck in Earnhardt's rear jerk. That's what he said. And he said as soon as he saw Earnhardt's rear end jerk to the right of it, that's when Cope went left and went down. And he said, all I did was hold the pedal. He said, I held the pedal all the way to the floor and prayed that I could bring it out of turn 4. But he said everything, there you go, a Cinderella story that no one, because it was Earnhardt all day long. That there was no one. Earnhardt's team, his pit crew was on. Everything was perfect all day long until
Yeah,
what?
well, as
Two to
somebody
go.
that as somebody that rooted against Earnhardt, I was a big Derek Cope fan that day. And one
Yeah.
time when I was a guest on Pit Road Racing, when I lived out in Las Vegas, you were interviewing Derek Cope, and I got to tell him that, so that was pretty awesome. But in all fairness to Derek Cope, he put himself in that position. You know what I mean? He put himself in that position. It wasn't like he was in that position, so he won. And I mean, yeah, Earnhardt had some bad luck there at the 500. But if you think he was going to end his career without winning the Daytona 500, then you were wrong about Dale Earnhardt.
It was going to come one day or another. It was going to. I mean, sort of like Waltrip. Waltrip went, 17, 18 times. Waltrip, same way back in his era. Waltrip was pretty much known as a short track guy, medium range track guy. That's where he had all of his success. Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond, Rockingham, Wilkesboro. He was, and then he'd always wanted the big one, right? But every year was always most of the time coming back. It was Earnhardt beating, Earnhardt beating him here, beating him there. But finally, 17, 18 times. Finally, Waltrip got to do his Icky Shuffle Dance. Icky Shuffle Dance. I think it was Mike Joy that interviewed him for that day too, and he finally got it. So
he
never
finally
know
got his. Yep. You don't.
I mean,
hey, you know who I'm happy for during the whole weekend though is Eric Almirola.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
I always thought he retired. I just thought he retired. I just think, I don't know. He said he wanted to. I get it. You being out. You've done tours. You've been away from home. You're not sleeping in your own bed. You're eating whatever food you get. Yeah. Sometimes you get a good meal. Sometimes you're eating a burrito out of a convenience store or whatever. But it seems like he wanted to take time off, and he's spending more time at the racetrack than the time that he said that he wanted to take off. But I like him. I like Eric.
Look. If anything, when a guy comes in and wins, then he's obviously retired a little too soon. Maybe you know what I mean. But hey, if that's what he wants to do, he's made his money. I'm sure he's comfortable. I'm sure he's happy with his life, and then he can still jump in the car, when he wants to and go win. Well, I mean,
and win and jump in the car and win. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to race this weekend.
Yeah, you can't really hate that.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I'm going to go race. I'm going to win.
But yeah, so he's a guy I was pretty happy for this weekend.
I'll tell you something. Somebody better somewhere, either other Chevrolet teams or another teams along the way, better get it up because Hendrick's on a roll, man. He's, like it or not, but you can hate him if you hate him and like him if you like him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
But, Gene Woods told me this, you remember, and because we're running down on time, but you remember years ago when Kyle Busch was running, before they put the 5 race limit in, and Kyle was going out and he was just smoking up. He was winning trucks. He's winning Xfinity. He's winning Cup. He's going on. People got all mad about it, this and that. You know what Gene had said? He said, tell them all to quit, shut up, and somebody go beat him. If you want your whining to quit, then somebody go beat him. Until somebody goes and beats him, then quit the whining. And I mean, whether you like Hendrick Motorsports, whether you like those 4 drivers or you don't, they're tough. Their equipment's tough. So all you can do is shut up and somebody go beat them.
I don't like Hendrick's Motorsports, but and it just because growing up, most of the drivers that he had were drivers I didn't like. Most of the time, I didn't like Jeff Bodine. I didn't like Darrell Waltrip. Guys that I did like that he had. Neil Bonnet. I think he had it. Didn't he have him for a little bit?
Yeah, he had him.
I don't remember, but Ricky Rudd. I liked Ricky Rudd, man, but it's hard to root on that Hendricks car. I liked Ricky Rudd, and I liked Dale Jr. until he went there, and then when he went there, I turned on him. That's how I got to be a Truex Jr. fan, though. Chase Elliott, I just can't make myself not like him. It's unfortunate, but I can't make myself not like him. Like I like Chase Elliott. I could care less for the other 3, really. But it's just been that way, man. It just when I was growing up, man, I just didn't. There were certain people I just didn't like, and most of the time they drove for Hendricks, and some other things, whatever, just whatever reason, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they are what they are. Dominance is another thing. you know, if it's not your driver dominating, you tend to hate people. You know what I mean? So like, you know, right? You know, the Dale Earnhardt days, like Dale Earnhardt wasn't my guy. So he won all the time. He was the greats. Couldn't stand him. I can't stand Kyle Busch. You know what I mean? Another great driver. Hendricks Motorsports. I can't, you know, I silently root on, it's not silent now, is it? I silently root on Chase Elliott, but at the same time, you know, they're great. And and my guy don't drive for him, you know, but so it's even too late. Cause like I said, I used to root on Junior too. And then when he went there, I just stopped rooting on him because of that. So, you know, I don't know. I guess I'm a weird race fan, but I mean, it makes sense though, man, because, you know, we all like to have somebody to root against, and I've got a handful of them.
You got a handful of them.
Yeah.
Hey, where you at real quickly? Got about 2 minutes left here. Where's the rolling, scratching in the Nut Shack Entertainment? Where's the comedy shows and everything rolling this week? And what you got going on?
Well, my Mulligan's Money Mike will be back this Thursday at 7:30 at Mulligan's Grill in Port Orange, 3830 South Nova Road in Port Orange. And we usually get about 12, 13 comics, something like that, and they compete. And the best comic gets $75. The second comic gets $25. And the third best comic gets a $15 gift certificate for Mulligan's. And we had our first one last week, man. It was great. It was a good time. I expect this week to be just as good. So that's what I've got going on with comedy, man. You can get all the information about me, boom, at nutshackentertainment.com. I'm Scratch.
That's where that goes. There it is. I'll be at the front door up here at the Gene Woods Racing Experience for a few days, saying hi to all our people coming in and having a good time. So come down here and do that. Then we'll head out to the we have Wednesday show. Diane will be back with me Wednesday afternoon. You and I'll be back Friday, and I'm going to go out Saturday to the NHRAs for semifinal rounds out there. So we'll do some Facebook Lives and things. So that's what we got on tap this weekend, and that's about it, my friend. Have yourself a good day, and we'll talk on Wednesday. Okay.
Hey, thank you again. You take care, Alan. You tell Diane I said hello.
You got it.
And make sure everybody that you talk to in Las Vegas knows I miss them, even if I don't know them.
There you go. Here's John to take us home. We'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us on Pit Road Racing, everybody. Scratch with a K down to Daytona Beach. Alan here in Las Vegas at the WCOBM studios. Want to thank you for joining us today. We'll be back at you 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Diane joins us back live in the studios for Scratch with a K. Alan Michaels. John, take us home.
Thanks for joining us for On Pit Road Racing. Follow us on our website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at On Pit Road Racing. On Pit Road Racing is written and produced by WCOBN TV. I'm John the Announcer for On Pit Road Racing.